Postcard number 6, The Bearded Tit. Yes, the Bearded Tit episode. But first, what a piece of good fortune. I can't thank them enough, whoever is responsible. When Barry Norman died in 2017, I thought, well, that's that then. I'm never going to know what to watch ever again. And since then, I kid you not, flitted from one lousy film to another without Barry's guidance. But lockdown has brought a couple of saviours in the form of Simon Mayo and Mark Kermode. Unlikely, I hear you say, but scoff not. Their 30-minute roundup of watchable stuff is a lifeline. Check it out on BBC4. I now know where to start on a myriad of platforms: Netflix, Apple TV, iPlayer, Sky, you name it. I mean, how good is that? So, for me, it's Catch Up with 12 Monkeys and Citizen Kane on iPlayer, and The Afterlife, The Eddie and Apollo 11 on Netflix. I more or less found myself having to make notes and a list from what these two men plugged. How I am ever going to have time to watch all of this, I've no idea. Especially since Charlie Brooker seems to be back in circulation as well. His recent Wipe was a very funny and very accurate blow-by-blow account of lockdown so far. So much so that this has led me to his Netflix show, Black Mirror, all set in a spooky near future. I watched the first episode of Series 1 and I am hooked. Unfortunately, I then discover there are 6 series of this show. Oh my lord, I need to rest. Let's talk about another of my heroes, the utterly ludicrous Jim Moy, aka Vic Reeves. What was on the end of his stick this week was birds. Grace and Perry urged us to make art from what was through our window, and so we were transported to Jim's backyard to look at his bird feeders from his conservatory window. As the excitement mounted, he led us to his greenhouse exhibition area to view his recent paintings of the tit family of birds. Very large, very colourful. And so it was decided that his great bearded tit picture be chosen for the post-lockdown exhibition. Excellent viewing. Talking about gardens, this week, in a slight loosening of the lockdown rules, garden centres and nurseries opened their doors to the public. The queues have been phenomenal. Grace and Joyce set off for Ashley's at 7 a.m. to beat the crowds. And fortunately, this ploy succeeded, and by 9 a.m. they were having a cuppa at Diane's. The car was bulging with lupins and geraniums and an ornamental box tree. When Boris Johnson sat in the famous red bus, urging us to come out of the EU, he had with him one Dominic Cummings, a Uriah Heep type, who coincidentally was ace at campaigns. Well, of course, he's now a government advisor, who Boris listens to avidly, apparently. But this week the press have discovered that early on in the lockdown, Dominic contravened the rules and regs and drove his family 260 miles across country so that they could be near his parents in the event of him needing extra childcare. This is not something that everyone else in the population was supposed to do. It was a case of one rule for them and another for us. The row goes on. But will he be sacked or have to resign? I think we all know the answer to that one. I thoroughly despise these people. I really do.